Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Exploring Beyond the Gates. I'm Kristen Fulton, and this is our final episode before the premiere, the series premiere of Beyond the Gates, which is tomorrow, February 24th at 2 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Woo, 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 woo. Brr, 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 brr. So I am so excited. I cannot wait for tomorrow. Like I said, I have not been a person to speed through days and stuff, but I am like, can we get through these days? Because Beyond the Gates is coming and it's about to be something. So I just want to quickly do two things. I want to wrap up our conversation about the final three episodes of the Welcome to the Neighborhood Beyond the Gates premiere specials. And then I also just want to take a look at the last preview that they put out, which was fire because it's just more information, new information that we keep getting. And I'm excited about that. And then I also want to just like hype us up because tomorrow is coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Yes. Oh, I can't wait. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's start with the final three episodes of Welcome to the Neighborhood. So, Wednesday was all about hair and makeup and costumes and wardrobe and all those wonderful pieces that go into making a show look like a show, building the world visually. And I think it was probably my favorite episode for some reason, just being able to go behind the scenes and see all of the pieces that came together. And maybe it's because I'm a black girl and I was excited about all the wonderful black people who were heads of departments and being able to see all these wigs that I was like, these wigs don't look like wigs when they be on the heads. And I'm just like, oh, I love this. And to see all of the detail put into, everything, the costumes, my God, that costume designer, oh my, I'm like, I can't wait. And I wish I had a budget to be able to buy things like that because everything looks so good. And so that was really exciting. I enjoyed watching that bit. I will say, when we got to the end of the week, we started to get a little bit more of a preview in the episode. And I was like, wait, stop, stop, stop. Don't tell me anything. I want to be surprised. I was happy that they saved it for the final day. But at the same time, I was like, I'm seeing so much more stuff that I don't want to see yet because I just want to watch the whole episode, to be quite honest. I'm like, we're getting tidbits here and tidbits there, and every single time it's another juicy gem, and I'm just like, give me the whole episode. So I was just like, whoa, let me be surprised. But obviously we're gonna be surprised for days, for weeks, for months, for years to come. But I was just like, oh man, I'm glad they saved that for Friday because I was like, I'm getting more of the story. That conversation that Danny had with that thing, you know who I'm talking about, that thing. That conversation, I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And it was so interesting because apparently there is a big bombshell at the end of the first episode, cliffhanger on episode one, which is soap, and that's how you bring them back for more. And in my mind, I was like, what could be, like, we don't know enough to try to figure it out. But in my mind, I had this thought where I was like, what if we've been watching these previews and we've been told that this man left this woman after 30 years of marriage and yada, yada, yada. By the way, they got married at 19, so that's why they looking so young. Because I was like I said, the black and cracking. But anyway, what if, the whole setup is like, yes, he left her. But then at the end, we fought because I'm hating on him, I'm hating on that thing. I'm team Danny, I'm team Dupree from jump. But then I was like, what if the cliffhanger is like, it's all a ruse and there's some master plan? I don't know. But I was just like, what? Because I was like, I'm doing all this hating on this man. And I said to myself, if something happened and I'm going to have to like this man and everything that I've been building up inside happens, and I want to know what Michelle is going to do to us. I can't wait till tomorrow because I was like, what if it's all a ruse? What if something bigger is happening? And that is the whole. I don't know. I can't wait to be surprised. But I was just like, they gonna get us. They gonna hook us in with all the soap goodness, and then they're gonna shift it and turn because why? Because this is a new soap, because it's a modern day soap, because it is black folk who are amazing at storytelling and creating, and quite frankly, everything we do. Um, but it's also challenging the status quo of other soap operas too. So I'm just like, it's got to be a big juicy something in there that's going to be like, y'all thought y'all knew, but you really didn't. And so I'm kind of waiting to see what that is. And we'll talk about it this week, but I'm just like, what is it? So that was just my thought there, because I was like, it's got to be something. But yeah, so I was excited to see just snippets more, even though I was like, let me do the whole episode. I was excited to learn more about the actors, and not just the main family, but all the actors, and to see that it's going to be a really beautiful cast, well put together, well cast, cast as in the act of casting. You have a mix of vets, you have a mix of newbies, which is really great. And so you get to have that fresh take, you get to have that fresh energy and that energy of establishment where you can come in and say like, oh, I'm green and I'm new and I'm doing all this, yada yada. But you also have the vets who are like, yes, do that, and I'm gonna match you, but I'm gonna match you in this way that's gonna bring you, bring you in and bring you deeper and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about that energy. Can't wait to see Karen Huger, Grand Dame. Can't wait to see all that. And also they were talking about, who do they think what their wish list for guest stars. And Carla Mosley said, of course, like a YNR and Bold and the Beautiful crossover, which, yeah, sure. But for me, I thought about those days, like when I was growing up, I remember on like One Life and All My Children and stuff, they would have like, guest artists, like musicians and singers and rappers would come on because they love their soaps. And I was like, this feels like that kind of vehicle for that too. So I'm gonna say, of course, you want big names and stuff, but I'm like, I would love to see some amazing musicians who want to come and play, or people who are just really big fans of the genre and want to be a part of this history making soap opera. And so any of the Hollywood A-listers and Hollywood B-listers, I would love to see that. I would love to see, some of the established soap actors who would come in for maybe a couple of episodes, not have a whole long story arc where we have them forever, but just to have some of those folks like swing in, revolve, sisters of so and so, brother or uncle or aunt, or best friend from college, or whatever the case may be, but just to have some of that in there, because I spread all of this goodness around to all of the people who work so hard to get us there, us. Soap world, us. So I would love to see that. So, let me know in the comments, who would you love to see guest on this show? There's so many people that I immediately am like, I would love to see some of the, like a Debbie Morgan or a Victoria Rowell. Of course. But then I would also love to see like a Taraji B. Henson or somebody like that, who got, or I was gonna say like Lauryn Hill, come back to soaps, a whole reunion between her and Tamara Tooney, but that's a lot. Anyway, let me know in the comments who you would like to see guest. And then I want to wrap up one thing that I want to say that kind of ended the week of the special episodes. On the actual airing of the episode, they talked about the fact that there were only 3 soap operas on broadcast television, which is true. There are only 3 until Beyond the Gates premieres, and there will be 4 on broadcast television. But I was just like, that's a dig that I don't accept, because Days of Our Lives, which is on streaming, is a giant in the soap world. It is the second longest daytime drama. And so I was like, oh, we're not going to do this whole broadcast versus streaming, because also when I watch all of my soaps, I watch them on streaming. I'm gonna watch Beyond the Gates on Paramount Plus. When I was watching General Hospital, I have not been because they pissed me off. But when I was watching, I watch it on Hulu. Same thing with Bold and the Beautiful. When I was watching, because they pissed me off, I don't watch anymore. I was watching on Paramount Plus. I still watch The Young and the Restless on Paramount Plus. And so I was like, we're not gonna do this whole broadcast versus streaming. Days of Our Lives should have been included in that, and that's all I'm gonna say. I was on Instagram and I saw that the Beyond the Gates Instagram account and all their socials, they did say like, all 4 of this soap operas that are already existing, and then Beyond the Gates. Like they had their their premiere dates for The Young and the Restless, then Days of Our Lives, then I'm sorry, no, General Hospital. General Hospital, then Days of Our Lives, then The Young and the Restless, then The Bold and the Beautiful, and then they said day 1 Beyond the Gates, February 24th. So I was just like, we're not gonna throw that shade, because this is an industry that is loved and beloved, and so we are going to include all of them, whether on broadcast or whether on streaming, because streaming is also the future. How many folks are still watching things in the middle of the daytime. I know that my ratings are going to be coming from that Paramount Plus rating. So I'm just giving a shout out to all 4 soap operas that still exist. And then after tomorrow, all 5 soap operas that exist on television, period. Okay? All right. So let's check out the final preview, final trailer before Beyond the Gates airs tomorrow.
There we go.
Beyond the Gates is about an affluent family who lives in a gated community in the DC, Maryland area.
Predominantly a black community of self-made people.
Black folk living life like it's golden.
You weren't going to hear me complain.
The Duprees are the backbone of Fairmont Crest. They are activists, politicians, doctors, lawyers.
I am so proud of every one of you.
No matter what drama ensues, family
I just love her
always
slapping
comes
her
first.
all the time. That slap was never gonna get old.
Mind if I come in for a minute? Bill Hamilton, criminal defense attorney. Intimidating, a little gruff. He was married to Danny Dupree.
Her ex-husband is marrying one of her daughter's best friends.
Bill and I didn't set out to fall in love.
I'm spiraling.
You're going to see the spectrum of human emotion.
Protecting the family is our priority.
My inspiration comes from Peyton Place. You do see universal themes reflected here.
Everybody loves juicy soap opera stuff. Remember who you are. A Dupree woman. Tap into that heritage.
You're going to see love.
He sees marriage, kids, retirement, and then the golden years.
How perfect is it?
Vernon and Anita Dupree. Business or pleasure?
For inspiration.
A black couple that has been together for decades.
That's relationship goals right there. You're going to see heartbreak.
I'm kind of a bad boy. Tomas nada. Drama. Some people deserve to get a punch in the face.
Violence is never the answer.
He's following the footsteps of his grandfather.
Expect complicated, flawed characters.
Talk about a woman who has everything. You gotta dig deep to get that. The bitterness, anger isn't healthy.
I'll be healthy again as soon as I make a couple of cheaters pay for blowing up my life.
Exactly. Make them pay.
Gates is wealth.
The makeup, the hair.
Thank you, wardrobe.
The lighting, the sets, just amazing.
The storyline's always going to be titillating.
And surprising at every turn.
We plan on entertaining you.
Thank you. I am here to be entertained. Thank you. So that's our last preview with Beyond the Gates. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Can you hear my dog? She's barking in the other room. She's excited too. Okay, but seriously. So tomorrow, February 24th, 2 p.m. Eastern, CBS. And then later in the evening, early evening, I think like after 6, because that's usually the time that YNR is up. But you can watch Beyond the Gates on Paramount Plus after as well. But February 24th, 2 p.m. Eastern, if you can, watch it live, give them the ratings, let them people know that we are here, we love them, let CBS and NAACP and Procter & Gamble know that we are here, we love them, and we are sticking with Beyond the Gates. All right, y'all, I can't wait to chat about the very first episode. Until then, let's start watching tomorrow. Bye.